Okay, final game here, and this board is actually quite interesting. There are a lot of things, not a lot of things, but there's enough things going on here to make it interesting. There's page, obviously, and well, that's something to think about. There's borrow, which means you can open 5 cost if you like, and it's something that I actually do. I open with the Jester. I think the Jester is going to be very good. When Champion comes out, it will be Jester Silver, but before that, I think it can do good work for you. There's Embassy for draw, there's also City for draw, and I thought maybe I could get some kind of engine going. I'm not entirely sure because these page games, sometimes they just fill your deck with treasure and you're better off just playing some kind of money-ish strategy because, ooh, Treasure Hunter gains 3 silvers and then Hero gains a gold, and then, well, why not just put a draw card because by the time you're to Hero, you're to Champion, and then you just plain terminal draw and money. So it's a bit tricky. It depends on how you work your way up the line, how strong the engine is. I'm not entirely sure on this page thing. The peasant one I think is easier to deal with, even though teacher has a lot more options. But this page thing, I mean warrior could get in your way, all these silvers could get in your way. I don't know. We'll see how the game goes, and I'll tell you what I thought as things progress. So I open with the Jester, my opens with the Page, and I develop. Now I was shocked to see this develop because there's no good targets for you to develop on your estates. But develop is really your only traction. So I mean, if you want to build an engine, you would have to get that. I think Embassy is not strong enough draw to do anything. My opponent plays their develop, and no, actually they just buy a develop. Sorry, they don't play their develop, and I here am now thinking about the develop, right? Thinking about the develop, and so my opponent has 2 develops, and maybe they're going for the engine, which is why they want the 2 develops. I'm not sure why they want the develops, but okay, I want to try to build the engine. Engines are cool and nice, and champion is great for that. So I'm gonna pick up the develop here. I am wary because when page becomes warrior and then hero, you have a lot of terminals in your deck at that point, and you may not be able to play your develop. But oh well, we'll see. So my opponent develops a copper there, I believe, and picks up a page. I gain a page off this Jester, so yeah, I'll have it. That's great. I was hoping to see 5 here. Had I seen 5, it's a 50-50 chance at this point. Had I seen 5, I'd have picked up a city and started in on that plan, because if you're building an engine, you want these cities, obviously. And I'm trying to avoid borrowing here in the early game as well, because I don't want to anti-cycle myself and slow down my page upgrades. So I borrowed on the first turn, and I was quite hesitant to do that because it would slow me down by 1 card. 1 card could be a big deal in Dominion. You never know. I pick up a develop here of this Jester. I mean, my opponent has 2, I have 2, but picking up that terminal there means I really need the city, and I do borrow for the city at this point. Again, very hesitant to do so because of the drawback, especially in this game. But I think I had to do it. I have the Jester, 2 develops, and then soon a warrior. Nah, I think I needed the city there. I pick up a page because to get a page is better than to not to get a page. Maybe if I get the warrior, I can string together 3 or 4 pages and then send off my warrior and nick some of my opponent's good cards. Who knows? And I don't want the silver because you'll see here, I think, yeah, I end up with 3 silvers. Yay, 3 silvers. No, I don't want 3 silvers. I don't want any silvers. I have more than enough money. Okay, maybe I want 1 silver, but not 3, man. 3 is way too much. Anyways, the city comes up here with our 2 terminals, so very happy about that. Very, very happy, and I am likely to be able to buy another city here without borrowing. So that's good news. I see my opponent pick up a city here, so 1 step closer to having them draw lots of cards. This Jester is going to come out and give my opponent a curse. I don't mind that too much. It is a junk card in their deck, will slow down the upgrade of their paged things. I could have not developed there and just gone for a city, but I chose to develop just to try to get thinner, and I picked up a page. I don't know if that was the right call or not. My opponent here, this is actually quite good for me. Goes past an estate, a page, and 2 coppers of that warrior attack. Yes, that's very good for me. I'm happy to see that. In the meantime, my opponent's warrior goes to hero. And this time, this is what I wanted my treasure hunter to do, to pick up just the 1 silver. But instead, I have 4 silvers for my 2 treasure hunters. So usually what I like to do is get 1 page up to champion and then have 1 as warrior. And then when the champion comes around, the warrior is draw, and then there's always the attack, if that is at all relevant. So here my opponent picks up the first embassy, and I considered embassy, yeah? And I knew it would be good in this game because you see a lot of cards. You see 5 cards, and it can sift through all that treasure you have and get you to your actions. With champion and play, you don't even have to worry about pairing it with a city. But I wanted the cities first. If I still was trying to empty the city pile, if I could get that draw going, I can come up with a source of plus buy. I'll be in good position. So here you see something I've never seen before. The page pile is empty. My opponent developed a silver into a page on conspirator and emptied the pile. So yeah, cities are now active. But the tricky thing is now cities can become not active if my opponent returns some pages here. They don't. They just borrow for an embassy. So there's a second embassy for my opponent as I continue on with the cities. So here, my opponent develops a cop out and just passes it over to me. I get, this is what I was talking about. Now I get to hit for 3. And I managed to trash a conspirator of my opponents there with the warrior. Only able to do that because of the pages. Now this is a stupid play by me. I pick up the contraband here with the hero, thinking that well, there's no way I'm gonna stop to buy a herbalist now. So and I need the plus buy, so I'll pick up the contraband. But that is dumb because I can just develop one of my silvers into conspirator herbalist and get the plus buy that way. So I could have had just a gold and been better off. So here my opponent prevents my city from activating there by replenishing the page pile, and I'm just happy to pick up a city at that point. There are 4 more cities, I believe, so very close to being able to empty them. I hope I can empty them soon to get this draw going. My opponent has more draw than me with these embassies right now, so I'm really trying to get that city pile down, as my opponent now has quite a few conspirators in the deck. And here I realize I think I could have made this play last turn. Could have developed a silver into a conspirator and a page, and it would have made my cities active last turn. As is, I do it this turn, and well, they're active now. And look, I have $2 for the herbalist now, so that contraband play was even more stupid. Anyways, the game continues. My opponent has 4, picks up another conspirator, and with their champion looming, these conspirators look quite intimidating now, especially with the embassies. The embassy is the key card here. Here's where you see the contraband gets me into some trouble. I maybe could have gone for province, but I didn't want to play that contraband there and have my opponent cut me off from cities. So yes, with the embassies and the champion, all those conspirators are going to come out very quickly, very easily, and my opponent is going to have a lot of money. So this is the worrying thing, and I mean, look, for me, page decks are hard to build. I didn't even know when my opponent got a workshop, but they have a workshop now and is able to pick up more conspirators with it. But yeah, so page decks for me are hard to build because there's a lot of treasure that comes into your deck, and you have to be able to cope with that, and I'm not able to deal with that all the time. So maybe here, instead of this province, I should have gone for a city. Maybe that would have been better for me, given that I have more of these cities. I won the split. Jeez, I cannot talk. So here, I think my opponent just built better with the embassies and the conspirators. You see, this is what they were going for, right? That embassy can find them, all of these conspirators, and just stick them in play. Able to go for a pair of provinces there. Cities are now active, but I don't get that good of a turn here. And my opponent is just going to finish it off. I don't even know how they have 3 warriors. They have 3 warriors and is able to get their draw going again here. And is going to develop something into a page and pick off the last page and the last two cities for the win. So that's the match. We finished 3 apiece. Please leave comments. I'd love to hear them. See you.